Chapter 29 The Tiger Rising. Rob and his father worked with shovels to dig a hole that was deep enough and wide enough and dark enough to hold the tiger. But the whole time it rained. "We got to say some words over him," said Willie Mae, when the hole was done and the tiger was in it. "Can't cover up nothing without saying some words." "I'll say the poem," said Sistine. She folded her hands in front of her and looked down at the ground. "Tiger, tiger, burning bright, in the forest of the night," she recited. Rob closed his eyes. What immortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful symmetry?" Sistine continued. "In what distant deeps or skies burnt the fire of thy eyes? On what wings dare he aspire?" To Rob the words sounded like music, but better. His eyes filled up with tears again. He worried that now that he had started crying, he would never stop. "That's all I remember," Sistine said after a minute. "There's more to it, but I can't remember it all." "You say something now, Rob," she said. "I don't got nothing to say," said Rob, "except for I loved him." "Well," said Willie Mae, "what I've got to say is I ain't got good experiences with animals in cages." She reached into her dress pocket and took out the wooden bird, bent down and laid it on top of the tiger. "That ain't nothing," she said to the tiger, "just a little bird to keep you company." She stepped back and away from the grave. Rob's father cleared his throat. He hummed softly, and Rob thought he was going to sing. But instead he shook his head and said, "I had to shoot him. I'm sorry, but I had to shoot him for Rob." Rob leaned into his father, and it felt for a minute like his father leaned back. When Rob picked up his shovel and started covering the tiger with dirt, as he filled the grave, something danced and flickered on his arm. Rob stared at it, wondering what it was, and then he recognized it. It was the sun, showing up in time for another funeral. "I'm sorry I made you do it," Sistine said to Rob when he was done. "He wouldn't be dead if I hadn't made you do it." "It's all right," Rob said. "I ain't sorry about what I did." "We can make a headstone for him," said Sistine, "and we can bring flowers and put them on his grave, fresh ones every day." She slipped her hand into his. "I didn't mean what I said before about you being a sissy, and I don't hate you. You're my best friend." The whole way back to the Kentucky Star, Rob held on to Sistine's hand. He marveled at what a small hand it was, and how much comfort there was in holding on to it. And he marveled, too, at how different he felt inside, how much lighter, as if he had set something heavy down and walked away from it, without bothering to look back.